What makes you sad always? The fact that there are dogs out there that really just want some love, but get abuse instead, breaks my heart thinking about it. When a couple is looking forward to the birth of their child and the pregnant woman has a miscarriage. This breaks my heart. I wish every baby could be born. When Uncle Ira sings Leaves from the Vine. This thread was a bad idea. Videos of police dogs being saluted on their way to be put down, dogs being put down in general. Something bad happening to animals. I once was hired to page a children's book, a task that took roughly 1.5 hours. Except I was literally crying uncontrollably the whole time, because there was a pretty detailed description of a dying cat in the first chapter. The first few minutes of up, I was waiting for someone to say this one. I was downright mad at Pixar the first time I saw it until they made me feel better with the rest of the story. I'll play both sides, sad but proud. My therapist once told me that if I had a different childhood, she couldn't fathom how far I would have gone in life. She followed it up with the fact that she was truly impressed as to how I managed to claw my way into a normal life. The direct quote was, "It's a miracle you aren't in prison, a junkie, or dead." So, sad in the sense that she's dead on correct. I kinda got the short end of the stick with my upbringing. It was dark and abusive from the start. On the other hand, I worked my ass off to get to a happy life. I've been supporting myself since I could hold a job. Worked all through high school and college. Graduated magna cum laude. I didn't have a family to ask for help, so I had to figure it out on my own. Now I have a beautiful wife, a home, too many dogs, and a pretty solid job. Am I a bit prideful? Yeah. Does it bum me out that sometimes I feel like I could have had a different life if I'd been put into the foster system? Occasionally. What I do know is that every morning I wake up next to the love of my life in a home that I can call my own. Kinda rambled off topic there. I suppose I needed to rant. You should be proud, that's awesome. You're an inspiration. Not knowing what exactly to do in life. May the following couple of sentences help you. Understand, as much as we'd like to do many things in our life, the time is limited, therefore our options are too. Time is the currency of life. The one thing you can't buy. Try to figure out what you should do with your time and why. For that, look into the Japanese concept of ikigai, that there will be a time I pet my dog for the last time. No. Just no. Gonna act like a child, plug my ears, and say la lol if anyone ever says this around me. I know it's true, though. It's a part of life. Gonna snuggles the shit out of him today. Please curb your snuggle. The episode of Phineas and Ferb where they have to get Love Handle back together, at the beginning their dad's initial attempt at an anniversary gift is this poor old lady performer dressed up as a heart, and the only lady is trying her best, probably working that job just to get her kids through school or herself out of debt or something, because otherwise she would be retired, but no, she's spending her time trying to make happy couples happier, and the boys and their dad just shoot her down and she looks so sad when they do. As a kid, that made me incredibly sad because I thought about how my own grandmother worked as a cleaner and got basically abused by her clients, and to this day that episode bring back all those memories and makes me tear up a little. Ain't Got Rhythm is a good song too. The film The Green Mile, it doesn't matter how many times I watch it, I cry every time he is being electrocuted. Please, boss, don't put that thing over my face. Please don't put me in the dark, don't make me go into the dark, I's afraid of the dark. Uncontrollable sobbing. PMS. I know there's lots of menstruating humans that aren't that affected by it, but my gosh, I've had many a time where I thought I was developing depression, but it was just that time of the month. I know I'm PMsing because I started tearing up thinking about a song from a musical. Is it Ain't No Mountain High Enough? Thoughts of my parents leaving someday. Not the leave for a pack of cigarettes type of leaving, animals being mistreated, I suppose. Speaking with my parents. So much hate when they talk, I don't recognize them anymore. We talk to each other like we are both pretending to be someone else. I felt this, just thinking about my ex. Not a desperate, needy sadness, but a sort of wow, I miss doing dumb stuff with this person sadness. I feel this. I'm a month out from a breakup of a 6-year relationship. I wildly miss just laying on the couch and watching TV, going to Starbucks together, running to the car through rain, sharing a meal. Any of those everyday normalcies. Thinking about my ex-boyfriend who killed himself. We love you, Chris Heck. Remembering that I don't need to do a particular thing that I used to do for my dog because she died 2 years ago. Yes. My dog died a few months ago. I miss him so much. Seeing neglected children truly breaks my heart. As a pediatric nurse, the number of kids I've handed over to go home with horrible, abusive parents keeps me up at night. Babies with broken bones, head trauma, neglect, social services is a broken system. These parents get too many chances to destroy lives. Sometimes I get really excited when I am telling someone about a subject I love when my brain suddenly gives me this irrationally strong feeling that I'm just annoying the other person by talking at all. Then I usually just go quiet and don't want to talk or be around that person anymore. I just want to disappear, because my brain is a bully. Similarly, when you realize the other side listens but doesn't get why or what you're excited about, always makes me feel lonely. Or they call you obsessed and it makes you just feel alienated. Seeing pictures of my dad. My parents divorced when I was 3, and courts didn't allow a lot of visitation time for my dad. He finally got me out of a bad situation with my mom when I was 15, and got me back on track. He died a few years later, and I always feel like I got cheated out of having him in my life. Growing up and watching your parents get old. Like WTF, I'm the one that's supposed to be growing up, you're meant to stay the same. My friend recently said something, mainly referring to his father's health, that was quite sad. It was something along the lines of, we're getting to that age when life stops giving things to you and instead starts taking them away. Rocky said this in Rocky 5, but it does apply to all of us. The way I treat others in the past. Feeling sad about it shows that you have a heart and learned from it, and that you have done and will do better. That's a positive. Seeing my mum sad. Edit, go call your mums. You can feel it through your DNA. You trying to soul bond? The middle part of the movie Fox and the Hound. Copper, you're my very best friend. And you're mine too, Todd. And we'll always be friends forever, won't we? Yeah, forever. When my dad yells at my sister but I can't step in because he's gonna beat both of us, Jesus. The fear that I might not feel true happiness or find the motivation to live anymore. True happiness is a myth to sell us shit. Life is always a mix. Moments of pure joy, moments of pure hell, and all the moments in between. We can have long bouts of one or the other, but life changes all the time in unexpected and often uncontrollable ways. See 2020 as a very prime example. Find the things that give you moments of calm and happiness, like with hobbies or a good friend. These moments help us get through the other moments by building support and resiliency. Also sounds like you could have some mental health challenges going on. Reach out to a phone line or Google local resources as a starting place to get more support. You don't have to go through it alone. I needed this, truly. Thank you. Seeing someone disappointed in me, it's the same look in their eyes. I'm feeling it right now. I had this friend in game and we were talking so comfortably with each other, then he asks for my social media so we can talk even we're not in game, but after adding me on Facebook he stopped talking to me. And I don't really know why. It's not your fault. I will 110% start crying if anyone yells at me. Even for like a minor thing. It's kind of pathetic and horrible at the same time, TBH. Your username would suggest otherwise. Shh, it's a secret. My brain. I have a chemical imbalance in my brain, so I have depression. Have you tried just not being depressed? Maybe you should try to appreciate the things you have in life a little more and stop being sad and stuff. I'm not sad, even though I used to be. And it's all because I pulled myself up by my brain straps and felt better. Also, are you suffering from a liver failure? Have you tried just willing your liver into submission? My liver was once systemically shutting down due to external cancerous tumors, but I convinced my liver to live on the sunny side of life and it immediately got better. One time I broke my leg and couldn't walk on it at all. But then I thought really hard at my leg and commanded it to find new hobbies and passions, and suddenly I was able to walk on shattered bone tissue and broken muscle. It's amazing what you can accomplish in the avenue of mental health if you only try. How many friends I've gradually lost over the years. I'm 35, just because of drifting apart, starting families, etc., and how at the same time, it has become exponentially harder to make new friends. I'm a month shy of 35 and it's gotten to the point that I have exactly one friend I still see from time to time. It definitely gets harder to make new friends, but I see it as a sign that I need to branch out and try new things as a way of meeting new people. A shrinking friend pool is an indicator of needing to push yourself out of your comfort zone a little more, at least in my view. Once this pesky pandemic is behind us, of course. I'm only 23, but I can relate completely. Graduated college and moved to a new city in June. I've been working remotely ever since and have only had a couple hours of face-to-face interaction a week when I go grocery shopping or on an errand. Only a few friends I play video games with occasionally, all online. It's been pretty fucking rough, but I hope to use it as motivation to push myself out of my comfort zone if COVID ever gets better.